Okay, this is 2 to 6 in really strong basics. Alright? At the beginning of every session like this, or a weekend like this, I do like to spend the first hour or so at least just going through combinations. Obviously, apart from a good little sweat up and workout and loosening up, it also shows us just where things are at. Just a quick little bit of feedback. Part 1, I told you about the be aware that when you're stepping through, that you're not going back to go forward. And what I mean by that is, and this is most of the guys, by the way. The girls are good at this. You don't do this. The guys are good at this. And then you do this. She's not good. Okay, so I want to go forward and punch. Right? I've got my technique. Alright? I've talked about colouring. People colouring in when you're a little kid and you colour within the circle. You're not going outside like 3 or 4-year-olds like to do. So our technique has to be contained. Right? All the power and all the strength is within the technique. Right? So anything extra to that is unnecessary. It's unnecessary because it takes more time. Sometimes it takes us offline. It takes us off track. Makes sense, alright? And as you also know, everything will affect everything else. So if it's affecting you here, if this is a problem here in our basics, then it will be showing up in our kata, and showing up in our tuatang. So this is all we need to iron out the bugs as well. So that's why basic training is very important. It's not everything, but it's essential. It's very important to maintain. Pre-black belt, we're working on our basics in order to really focus and develop technique and learn how to do things. Beyond black belt, we're still doing that, but we're also doing it in a way that helps to retain and refine. Okay? So we're always going to be learning, but obviously, as you can tell, by the time you're beyond black belt, first, second, third, and etc. If you mistrain for a week as a white belt, you probably feel it. If you mistrain for 2 or 3 weeks as a yellow belt, you probably feel it when you came back, right? And all the way up. As a black belt, I've seen black belts that have mistrained for 3 months, and the back of the class, and they look just the same. Maybe minor, a little bit here, a little bit there, but 99% of the people in the class wouldn't realise that they hadn't trained a single class in 3 months. So, the more you train, the more it becomes ingrained in you. And that's really important, yeah? So, what I mean by going backwards to go forward is from here, it's mostly around the shoulder. Around this thing. So if I want to come forward and punch, I want to make sure everything comes forward, everything moves forward, yeah? This way. But if I'm doing this, alright, if I'm winding back like this, just to get that real final snap finish, the end might look great, but I did something that was really bad to get there. I started from a stationary position, and I went backwards, and went forwards. Right? You can see how that can affect you, right, when you're sparring. Even not just from the shoulder, but even just the positioning of the arm. Right? So I'm here, I want to be sparring here, I want to have, so if you have a line from the shoulder to the elbow, right, if it's straight down, right, that's neutral. Okay, a lot of people like to fight in reverse, which I don't know how that works, but they just do. Right? So the hands are back here, right, which means I'm in reverse. If you want to go somewhere, you need to keep it here, don't you? So you really want to be here. So that, and then teach yourself that everything is coming forward from here. Don't start here, go there, and then go forward. Twice as long. If you're starting here, you're going to get there and there, that's twice the distance. Twice time, before I start. So, I think we've said this a few times as well. If you're in front of someone and they tend to be blocking everything you throw out, and you think, man, they're good. Maybe they're not that good. Maybe you just, sending a little email. Get this out, it's my right hand coming right in your face. Right? And then, they get it, and lo and behold, you throw the right hand, and they go, well, you think, man, you're good. Alright? So this is one of the refining points that when we just appreciate it, spend a bit of time in a place like this, in a weekend like this weekend, and not just learning things that go away, and just having have a bit of a tune-up. Stuff, well-run, maintained car, right? A great car, it's just a little bit out of it now, it's going to get tuned up. And tune up and think, wow, now it's a great car. Yes? Be aware of that. When I'm talking about, don't go back to go forward, you understand what I'm saying? Go wind up, keep your shoulders forward, keep the movement forward. Make sense? And it's to say, if we're doing something and it's just and we're going a longer way to get there. So, for example, let's say I'm stepping through, which is one of the exercises that we did. Let's say I'm going through Chico. Now, my next Chico from here, alright, I could either teach to go start back here, or at this level, straight to where it needs to be. Right? But if I do this, right, if I let go and relax it, I'm not thinking I'm winding it back, I'm not thinking I'm pulling it back, I'm just relaxing it. Right. If this is going to relax, it's not going to relax like that, it's going to relax by doing this. Right? Does that make sense? Just put your hand out like this, and just try and relax a bit. Naturally, it draws that in towards your body. Right? So you don't want to be doing like this, because you're thinking step through, block. Okay? You're not thinking in 1, 2, 3, 4. The first movement of the first motion has to be stance plus move, plus whatever we're doing. Don't move, then you prepare a block, then you block, then you punch. Okay? A lot of things have to go 1, 2, 3, yeah? And when you start moving, and you go to do a block, for example, everything moves together. From here, everything moves together. So as I'm moving through, this moves in. I don't need to hear and then that starts, because I'm going to have a halfway point, I'm going to have a pause. Right? So I need to be here. So then I've got enough to slow me down. Make sense? And then just little jab, and through. More hip work as well, yeah? Here, I'm not going to relax. This point goes straight there. Okay? And then through. Make sense? And keep that in mind. A lot of people are still doing things like, first counter, the classic one, and the first or the second counter is this. From there, and then doing this. Right? So you see that, and at high levels, you see that person is probably not lacking understanding, but they're just missing something. They're just unaware. Right? And a big part of training is being aware of our body, being aware of what it can and can't do, and then as an extension of that, being aware of our surroundings. I mean, self-defense, you've got to learn about being aware. Yeah? What's happening around you. So if it's hard to be aware of what's happening this close around you, alright, then you might be a little more, off the fairies when it comes to that. Alright? So from here, I need to make sure that every part of my body is being used, is part of the movement. So when you kick, it's not just the foot kicking. It's the whole body being involved in the kick. The arms have got a role to play when you kick. Sometimes with bunkai, alright, and someone's practicing over here and they're doing something with this hand, and then this hand is just hanging here. And I'll show you how to do that later. Alright? That's right, this is part of this as well. Okay? If we tend to focus on one thing at a time, what we're learning to do with that growth is focus on what's happening in the whole body. Keep aware of it. Alright? That's the first kind of example, but then you'll see people, not in New Zealand, I'm still in Australia.